And welcome everyone to WWE Celebrity Brawl. We're 1 week out of the Royal Rumble. I am Dexter the Sexter.
And I'm Dave Slap-a-Sack McKraken.
And why would you be slapping sacks, Dave?
That's the best way to get people out of your way, Dex.
Okay then.
Someone's going to be fronting up to you, just slap them in the sack, they're not messing with you again. They could learn to use it, like the wrestlers in this match could learn such a moveset.
I'm not sure how effective that would be, and let's not dive into your personal habits too much.
It's not, it's defense, self-defense.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following match is scheduled for one fall. Ladies and gentlemen, the first contender for the match, it's Batman!
It's not Batman, it's Green Arrow.
But he's an orphan. He's a rich kid. He's fighting all the same guys that Batman fights. It's exactly the same guys. Exactly the same. Okay, so it's Green Arrow. And accompanying him for this match, it's Batgirl.
That announcer seems to be really confused.
She's blonde. She's dressed in all black. Jesus Christ, what the hell is going on? Black Canary.
He didn't seem to know his content at all, Dave.
He didn't know what the hell was going on there.
Worse than you.
Hey. I know my shit.
And his contender for the match, when you need someone dead, call Deathstroke.
Thank God he knew who Deathstroke was.
Oh, you mean... What do you mean? Now he's getting things really confused. That's clearly Batman.
That's not Batman.
That's
Dave.
Batman. That's Batman. You're gonna trust an announcer doesn't even know who the fuck's who, and you're gonna tell me that's not Batman. He's got the ears, he's got the mask, he's in some kind of like, I don't know, it's like Batman security costume, like if Batman was a security worker, like, maybe that's his day job.
It's clearly a mercenary outfit.
Fight security at day.
It's a military outfit, Dave, and that mask, while yes, it does have pointy ears like Batman
wasn't in the military.
Clearly has the Deathstroke signature two-colored color, Dave.
Is that like one level up from heat stroke? Like you suffer from heat stroke and things are going really bad, and then like it upgrades to the Deathstroke.
I don't think they're related at all, Dave. I think you'll find that he is the stroke of death, meaning that if he comes across your path, he will murder.
He's gonna stroke dead people, like some kind of like what do they call them? Nymphomaniacs.
Nymphomaniac.
Yeah.
You mean necrophiliac?
Yeah, those guys. The ones that have sex with zombies.
They don't have sex with zombies, Dave.
And then how are zombies made?
They have a fetish for dead people.
And how are zombies made?
Well, they're not real things, Dave.
What do you mean they're not real things?
Well, have you seen a zombie
You're gonna tell me vampires aren't real next?
Of course they're not real.
And werewolves aren't real.
None of those things are real at all, Dave.
Then why do they talk about them in stories all the time, warning us and telling us about their weaknesses? Why would we need to know that a vampire's weakness is garlic and silver bullets if they weren't in fact real creatures? It'd be irrelevant information, Dex.
Well, I mean, that's how they end up defeating them in the story, so they...
Yeah, so we can defeat them in real life. It's training.
They aren't training manuals, Dave. They're stories.
It's the same thing. Stories are training manuals for real life. That's why, like, you read The Old Man and the Sea if you want to learn how to fish. You read Moby Dick if you want to learn how to kill a whale. You read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea if you want to go under the ocean for 20,000 leagues and discover a giant octopus. They're all training manuals, Dex.
Okay,
hey, what's
Dave.
that?
It's a good time to remind everyone that next week we have the Royal Rumble. It will be a special two-part series, and we're going to have a massive 30-man Rumble at the end of the show.
It's on the 14th of May. Is that kind of like the 4th of May? Like, you know, it was the 4th of May yesterday, Dex. Like, you know, may the 4th be with you anyway. So, what's that? What's the hand? The hand.
That's asking the viewers to go to our Facebook page and give it a like, and also to give the video a like.
That seems a little bit aggressive.
Well,
like, you can't be telling people what to do there, Dex. Like, people are going to
Jeff said we need a stronger marketing campaign because people aren't getting involved enough in the commenting, so we're...
What do you expect? They're watching the video, aren't they?
Well, yes.
What else do you want from them? If they like it, they'll give it a thumbs up, and we just gotta be grateful that people aren't giving us thumbs down.
We are very grateful, Dave, but we can always try and encourage the community to be more involved.
Or like help out around the neighborhood, put up signs, do the lawns, that kind of thing?
No, that's not what I mean at all, Dave.
You're talking about the community getting involved. That's how you get involved in community. You help old people across the street. You go to the scout hall, see if you can go and distribute some cookies. And that guy's getting all on top of that guy right now. He's getting on.
And Green Arrow kicked out, and he's joined tonight by Black Canary.
Yeah. So that's the Batman character, Black Canary.
No, Black Canary's. There's no. Deathstroke is who you think is Batman. Black Canary's on the outside of the ring.
But he's wearing all black.
Black Canary's a female, Dave.
Where's this Black Canary you speak of?
She's outside the ring watching the match.
Where?
Right there, in the blonde.
Where? In the crowd?
No, at the side
I see a blonde over there. There's a bald guy. There's
the side of the ring, Dave.
There's another guy black. Oh, you mean the umpire?
No, outside the ring.
Yeah, the guy in the blue shirt.
Next to the turnbuckle.
The guy in the blue shirt. I can't see you talking about.
She's in black.
Whoop! There's another kid. Oh, nothing. Well, no wonder I can't fucking see if she's in black.
Well, you can see her hair. She's blonde and she's wearing a mask.
Is that? Oh shit! Is that floating white thing that's going around in the? That's a person?
Yeah, Dave. She's
Jesus, she just blends right into that thing. That's a poor costume choice right there. Why would you go outside the ring wearing all black? How the hell are you ever meant to spot her unless that's her plan at all? She's meant to be hidden.
Well, that's the whole point. Is they go out at night, Dave.
If she's hidden, why would she be out in the open right now? What is her purpose? Like, what's she doing then?
I think really
she's doing nothing.
Dave.
She's standing there like a fucking lamppost. But a lamppost would actually have a purpose.
Dave, I don't think anyone would appreciate your mansplaining and sexual aggression right now.
My man, what?
Your mansplaining, Dave, it's when...
Is it like manscaping? Like, I do that from time to time. Like, you got to kind of trim it back a little bit.
No,
that guy's right on top of him again. Do it.
It's when the misogynistic male that you are is trying to explain what women should or should not be doing with their body, Dave.
What's misogyny? It sounds kind of like something that you do in the bedroom.
Misogyny.
I haven't done that. I mean, I thought I had a fairly expanded kind of sexual life, but I've never done a misogyny.
It's misogyny, Dave, and it's when you...
It's all on top of him. It's all on top of him. Is that it? That's it.
That was a kick out, Dave.
This fucking umpire never gets anything right.
Well,
yeah. Anyway, what were you saying about Roger and me?
It's misogyny, and it's when you use your male privilege and aggression against women, Dave, and don't respect
privilege.
women.
It's not a privilege, but how is it a privilege being a guy? Have you ever tried being a guy? You have, but you know exactly what it's like being a guy. It's no fucking privilege. I tell you, we're the ones that are opening doors for them. They're not the ones opening doors for us. We're the ones paying for their coffees and their ice creams and their movies and their fucking luxury 5-star holidays. I mean, I can't afford that shit, but some dude out there is doing it. He's doing it, and what thanks do I get?
Dave, I think as a white cis male, you need to really understand your privilege.
I haven't had cis on me for at least a couple of months. I got those all cordon zoned off, all zapped off. Completely cyst free. Like, what do you say? Like, you haven't seen me naked, have you? How do you know this stuff about me? And why are you even mentioning my cysts, you sick fuck?
We're meant to be. That's not what I'm talking about.
You're saying I'm not professional. What are you talking about then? You're talking absolute garbage right now. You're talking about male privilege, fucking made
as
up
a male,
bullshit.
you are more privileged than women.
What?
And as being white, you're more privileged than minorities, Dave. That's a fact. You have more privilege in our society.
Have you heard of affirmative action? Do you know what that means? That means that someone can get a job purely by just being black.
That's not how it works, Dave.
Or fucking Asian. That's exactly how it works. They go, hey man, I'm an Asian. I heard you need a 20% Asian quota in this business. And then boom, they got a job. No qualifications, nothing. I mean, that's fucking bullshit reverse racism is what that is.
That doesn't happen at all, Dave. In fact, you'll find that the women have a massive disadvantage to men.
How?
And more men occupy better paying roles than women.
Because they do a better job.
Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Dave.
This lady right here, this man is doing all the work, he's in the ring doing all the fighting, and you can just bet there's gonna be some fucking bullshit where this blonde-haired bitch is getting 50% of the pay for doing what? standing outside a ring fucking clapping? Oh, well, I'm sorry, miss, of the plight of your sex. Yeah, keep picketing, sister. Keep going for that quote-unquote unfair pay, because, yeah, you're really pulling your weight.
Dave, last week we had a male doing the exact same thing, and the week before we had another male doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, and you didn't hear them complaining about fucking cisgender, unequal privilege, explaining bullshit. They talk like a man.
And Deathstroke has won the match.
Yep. No thanks to the lady out the back.
Well, she's not out the back, Dave, and I think you really need to update your values a little bit.
Update your values? What does that even mean? How do you even... No, I'm not even going to go there. My values are fine, alright?
Well, they're clearly not.
It's the world that has the problem.
How so, Dave?
Like, just because, like, you know, we had it right. Like, well, everything's going great, and then, like, we just got to bring up all these nonsensical things like, you know, people can be intersex these days? What the fuck is intersex? Intersex, that's like something that cephalopods in the ocean have. Like, that's when you've got like two genitals, but one's going inside you. And you're essentially fucking yourself the whole time. Like, that's what they want to be.
Are you talking about hermaphrodites, Dave?
I don't know, they say intersex. Like, I don't know, I saw it on CNN the other day.
Intersex just means that there's multiple sexes in a workplace or in whatever you're talking about.
No, but you can't, that's what I'm saying. You can't be one person with multiple sexes.
That's not what they're talking about.
Oh, wait, we got another match.
Anyway, the next match
we got another match.
A big one, Big Boss versus his...
a big one with Big Boss.
His child, Solid Snake.
Wait, so this is a father-son match?
We'll finally settle the question of which one of these two will take the crown, Dave.
Well, you know, that was one of my favorite games, like,
Ladies and gentlemen, the following match has been scheduled for one fall. Introducing the first contender for the match, it's... Well, Stop! What are you doing? Stop! Oh, shit! Ladies and gentlemen, the following contender is no one.
And speaking of crown, Dave, what are your thoughts about Prince Philip stepping down from royalty?
Prince who?
Royal
oh, yeah. I was following that in the news. Like, I mean, I didn't even know how that was possible, to be honest.
Well, what do you mean, Dave?
Well, how can you step down from royal duties when you're already dead? The guy got fucking crossbowed in the heart by his own son. A midget, no less.
Dave... Wait, Dave, do you think Prince Philip is Tywin Lannister from Game of Thrones? Because that's pretty dumb, Dave.
What do you mean, like that? What do you mean? That's what you're talking about, isn't it? Like, that happened a couple seasons ago. Like, we're talking about that TV show that everyone's raging on about. Like, you know, they got incense.
And his opponent for the match. Oh no, I'm not falling for that. No, wait, no, I'm done. I'm out for the night. Bye.
Don't do it anymore,
Dave, I'm not talking about Game of Thrones. I'm talking about actual Prince Philip from Great Britain.
Yeah, I know all the actors are British.
No, Dave, I'm talking about, like, not Game of Thrones, Dave.
So some of them are even knighted, actually. I mean, they've got, like, very prestigious awards. It's a great show, like, phenomenal writing, phenomenal acting, and as I was saying, they've even got incense in it. Like, there's like, I mean, what kind of show on TV these days has got, like, they can get away with incense? Like, the full... It's some really nasty stuff, and they show full penetration as well. Full penetration incense.
I think you mean incest, Dave. Incense is things that smell. Like, you light them on fire and they release an aroma into the room.
Yeah, I mean, have you smelled sex before? It's disgusting. The fucking stench that you get from, like, those sweaty bodies rubbing up against each other.
It's not the right word.
I would not want to be one of those, like, jizz moppers, like, you know, those guys that, like, clean up after, like, porn sets, like there's a guy that gets paid for that. I mean, it's amazing, really, like, the jobs that the porn industry has developed for the average working man, but I would not want to be that guy. I gotta say,
and some jabs from Solid Snake, and now Solid Snake is moving Big Boss into the corner with the same grappling move. And I mean, these two are technically kind of clones, I suppose, of one another. So
the graphics are amazing, really, how they've updated Snake, like, from, like, you know, the days of the Nokia. I mean, like, I'd love that game. Like, I would play it for hours, just swirling round and around and around. But he was just, like, a straight, like, you know, pixel then. Just, like, a bunch of lines. And he actually looks like he's an actual human being right now. How is that even possible? How do you evolve from being a... I mean, is that the direction that they talk like? They said that he was actually a human being all along, or snakes can be humans too? I mean, it's like kind of like a children's book. It's like, you can't judge a snake by its fangs. You gotta judge a snake by its soul, its character.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Dave.
I'm talking about Snake from the Nokia 3310s. It was like all the rage.
Dave,
so much so they're actually bringing the Nokia 3310s back with an updated version of Snake. That's how popular it is.
But that's not. This is Metal Gear Solid Snake.
But it's
Dave.
a game.
It's not Snake on the phone.
I didn't play that version of Snake.
In fact,
did that come out on the Nokia 3340s? Maybe.
It's not the same Snake, Dave. It started on the
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you said they updated it. I mean, they updated like the version now, but I still didn't see.
They're completely different games. Snake on the mobile is just Snake, where you're a snake and you're eating like apples or whatever. This is Solid Snake and Big Boss from Metal Gear.
Well, what do you eat in this game then?
They just eat normal food because they're people, Dave. They're not snakes. They're not actual literal snakes. I mean, Big Boss eats snakes in the third game, but that's not the point.
So though these guys ate the character that was in the original Snake on the Nokia 3310s, that's what you're saying?
Well, I mean, he ate snakes, but it's not the snake from the actual game Snake. But yes, I mean, it is a snake, so he did technically eat a snake.
So wait, which one's Big Boss? Is that the guy that's like breaking the other guy over his back right now?
Receiving the backbreaker right now. So at the moment, it looks like his son, Solid Snake, is slightly ahead.
You think if you were his son, like, I don't know, like, from my personal experience, I wanted to, like, you know, kind of not be my old man's shadow. I wanted to, like, you know, differentiate myself a little bit, like, so I wanted to kind of create my own image. It seems like this character has really not thought anything through for himself and is like going, I just want to look exactly like Daddy. He's got the exact same hairstyle, the exact same combat uniform, and fuck, he's got the same boots on. He's got the same eye patch. He's got the same headband.
Well, I mean, Dave, your dad ran a crack den out in Minnesota.
Well, what's relevant about that?
Well, so obviously...
Provided a good service to the community. Someone has to do it.
You obviously wouldn't want to follow his footsteps.
Someone has to do it.
If you paid attention to the story...
He's a great entrepreneur.
You'd find out that Solid Snake was made as a clone of Big Boss in order to replicate the fighting ability.
Like Dr. Evil's clone with Mini-Me?
Yeah, sort of.
I mean, these guys look... He's not a midget, though.
Well, I mean...
How can he be a clone if he's exactly the same size? He looks exactly like him. That doesn't make sense.
That's exactly what a clone is,
No, it's not. Haven't you seen Austin Powers? Clearly, a clone is a miniature version of yourself. That's how it works.
Well, it wasn't, but the whole thing was he was a mini-me.
When you were born...
He was a miniature clone.
When you were born, did you come out as an adult? No. You have to start as a midget first. Then you eventually evolve into a dwarf, and then from a dwarf you eventually evolve into, like, I guess what you'd call a humanoid, and then eventually you become, you know, what, like, you know, you would call a full-grown adult. That's how cloning works. You don't just pop out the finished product. Nothing's ever worked that way, ever.
Two things, Dave. First, I don't think you actually know what cloning is, because clones aren't born. They're developed out of cells from the original person or animal, hence there being a clone, so they share the exact same DNA. Secondly, that's not how childbirth works at all. A midget isn't a baby, Dave, and a dwarf isn't even really like a real thing. It's a mystical creature loosely based off midgets.
What do you mean a midget's not a real thing? You're saying midgets aren't real?
Well, I mean, dwarfism's a real thing, and they're a midget, but they're not like...
I see midgets all the time.
Yeah, exactly, but they're not like the dwarf out of Lord of the Rings, and they're not just they're not a grown person. Like,
that's where the Scots came from. Like, Scots are just like, they all came from midgets. That's why, like, you see in every, like, not midgets, sorry, they're dwarfs. Like, that's why you see in, like, every well, Lord of the Rings, to use an example, they've all got that Scottish accent. They're like, and my axe, and I will take you on because I'm a Scottish midget. It's that, like, they, like, were able to, like, kind of weave around. I mean, like, That's why like Scottish people aren't that very strong. They've got like that red beard. That came from their long line heritage of midgets.
You really just have no grasp on history, biology, or anything really, Dave.
I think my education clearly speaks for itself.
I don't think growing up in a trailer park with... Anyway, let's not talk too much about it.
There was a bus there. It wasn't all trailers. Someone lived out of a bus. What's going on here?
I believe Big Boss is fighting back from the hold that Solid Snake had him in, and now
I really thought they were having like a father-son moment then. They were like, I missed you, Dad. I missed you too, Pa.
That's not how they sound at all, Dave.
Well,
David Hayter would be rolling in his grave if he was actually dead.
who?
David Hayter.
David Hayter.
He's the voice actor for both these characters in the game.
So, well, that just makes it even more confusing. So they got one guy that plays both of these characters.
Well, they're clones, so they sound the same.
We've got two.
And Solid Snake kicks out.
How can you tell when is a kick out and when it's an actual thing? They count to 3, and then the umpire puts his hands up.
Well, that's the whole point of having a referee.
They go 1, 2, 3, hands up.
But he kicked
That's
just
the signal
before.
for win.
No,
that's
he
the
was
signal
saying,
for win.
He was saying it was a 2 count, Dave. Look at his
That's like
fingers.
when you're watching footy. They put the 2 hands down. That means it's a goal. That's like the universal signal that it's a goal.
Dave, we're in America. Footy means a different thing here.
What's he doing now?
He's got him in an arm.
He kind of looks like a snake right now, the way he's like slithering around on the ground there.
And at the moment, it's really neck and neck and hard to tell who has the advantage. And you'd expect that given that these two are both proficient. Although in the games, we do kind of see that Solid Snake is stronger.
The irony is, if
Dave, he's still sick.
the irony is, excuse me. The irony is, if wait, what? No. 3 counts and puts the fucking hands up. Stop fucking doing that. The irony is, if Snake was actually still a midget, he would have the advantage in this fight because the other guy wouldn't be able to like grab him at all. Like that's why like midgets are well known, like chickens, for greasing themselves up. So when you do try and grab hold of them, the harder you squeeze, the more they just slip right out of your hands.
I feel like your extent of knowledge of midgets is essentially Jackass and Austin Powers and
that's
Lord of the Rings, even though that's a dwarf, not a midget.
That's like the only thing I've ever seen a midget film. I mean, I've seen a couple of them in real life, but like they were always at like kids' parties and stuff. So I always thought they were children.
Dave, that was obviously just children. You're at a kids' party. Kids aren't midgets. You can have midget kids, but they're not midgets.
I can't even comprehend what you're saying right now.
I know you can't, because you can't comprehend anything that has more than 3 syllables in it.
I can comprehend many things that have many syllabuses, like, in them, like 3, 4, 5. Fuck, you can go to 6. Like, I don't care. I'll take all your syllabuses.
You just amaze me every week at how stupid you actually are, Dave.
I thought you were going to say something nice then until you just insulted me.
And once again, you just elevated that surprise. Now Big Boss has got Solid Snake up in the turnbuckle, and he looks like he's going to climb up and do a big move here.
You know, it seems like these guys, instead of taking this to the ring, could be really taking this like, Dr. Phil or something. They should really be taking it to the psychologist's office and working through their issues. I don't know if like beating the shit out of each other is the right way to do it. Like, we've got a lot of issues that we have to work through. Like, every time I want to talk about them, you just refuse. And this is what it ends up as, Dex. Like, do you want to be like these two guys in the ring, just like kicking the shit out of each other?
And we got a pin 1 and 2. And no, Solid Snake kicks out.
He even held up 3 fingers then. He even held up 3 fingers then.
This is actually like an endorsed match by Jeff. So these two aren't fighting because they have problems. They're fighting for the entertainment of the viewers at home. And all the pixelated characters here watching today.
That seems kind of fucked up. People fighting for other people's amusement? Who does that?
Everyone here, Dave. That's the whole point of this.
What? It's just people beating each other up that don't even need to be beating each other up.
Well, that's the whole point of wrestling.
Why would people
Dave.
do that?
It's World Wrestling Entertainment. Why do you think the word entertainment's in the title for?
I thought it was like...
What do you think UFC is, Dave, or boxing?
Yeah, I thought it was like people with like, they were working out their issues like they used to do in like the tribal days when like two people had an issue, they'd take them all out and they'd fight to the death and they'd play that music, they go dun 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 until someone, you know, became the victor and then it was sorted. Problem moved on. But you're telling me that these guys are just fighting for no reason? That doesn't even make any sense.
Well, I mean, like, sometimes there's intricate stories woven into the narrative of wrestling. So
Yeah, stories like what?
So that audiences buy into what's happening, like our whole Joker.
So we're tricking people. We're tricking people. Is that what you're saying?
Batman motif.
We're tricking people.
Well, it's entertainment, Dave. None of this is real.
What's it? All entertainment is just tricking people.
Yes, essentially.
But what about sports then? Are you telling me that like when a soccer guy is like kicking a ball to another guy and then like another guy comes in to get the ball and he trips over and falls down and is like really badly hurt, like obviously badly hurt, you telling me that's not real?
Well, I mean, the soccer game's real, but generally in soccer,
Yeah.
those guys...
So it is real. So that's what I was...
No,
that's what I'm saying. Like you just can't make up your mind. You tell me it's
Dave,
real.
you need to let
it's
me
not
finish
real.
the sentence.
You said it was
for
real.
fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Soccer is real. So yes,
Yeah.
kicking
See,
the
thank
ball
you.
is
Soccer
real.
is real. So that's
Dave,
what I'm saying.
Shut the fuck up and let me finish. All right.
You don't have to be
Soccer
rude.
as a sport is real. When those
Yeah.
guys get tripped over and then they play it on so that the referee
yeah,
pays
that's real
attention,
too.
That's fake.
What?
Those guys pretend to be injured so that they get a free kick.
People would surely catch on to that if they knew it was fake. They wouldn't just keep doing it. And people wouldn't watch that. And like they'd say, "Oh, what a bunch of like pussies." They're just like faking the whole time.
Well, I think anyone out of Europe does say that, Dave. And
No, they don't. They all go beating the shit out of each other and rioting because they're so appalled the fact that somebody dead injured one of the people on their team in such a brutal and savage way.
I think you'll find that people that watch soccer are just generally dickheads, Dave.
I mean, like, we're not even technically meant to call it soccer. They call it football over there, which doesn't make sense because we've got football over here. How can they have football over there when we've got football over here?
Well, I mean, Dave...
When they're trying to steal our sports.
I mean, like, America has their own football too. Which
They got football over in America too.
You mean here, Dave? We're in America right now.
How many places are meant to have football?
Well, so back home...
Someone's got to just use their hands. That's one pin.
Australian
that's
rules.
two pins. No, that's
And then America has football too, but we call it gridiron, but they call it football. And then Europe has football, which they call football, but we call soccer, and so do the Americans. But all three of us have football,
But what
and
do we-
none of them are the same.
But we call it football, and they call our football, right?
Yeah, because clearly...
So we're clearly the only ones that actually have the legitimate football.
Well, that's true. Our football is clearly the better sport of the three of them.
Yeah. Well, at least we can agree on something.
Well, I think...
Man, this match is going on forever. Can you like order some like bagels or something, or maybe like a slice of like barbecue meat lovers?
No,
I could really do some barbecue meatloaf. Like, oh, let's get Chinese. They got like a great kung pao feng tong like around the corner.
Dave, I think you really need to focus on what's happening.
Yeah, I'm focused on food right now. That's what's happening. We're gonna get some kung pao chicken with extra zesty sauce.
Dave, just because they're in America doesn't mean you can blaze up whenever you want.
I mean, there's gotta be something has to like make this match like a little bit more exciting.
Well, there's plenty exciting, Dave.
I don't even know how people. I honestly don't know how people watch. Like, what are all those guys doing just standing there? They look like a fucking pack of zombies.
Well, they're clearly invested
That's
in the
what I'm
match.
saying. Like, if they just took one of my suggestions, got that KY jelly like cannon. I mean, obviously it's not gonna work on here because nobody wants to see a bunch of dudes slothering over each other, which clearly seems to be what's happening right now. But like, I don't know, like a confetti cannon or something, or maybe even like 2 flaming fireballs. So like, you said it was entertainment, right? Where's the entertainment?
Well,
this guy's stretching right now on the right. He's legitimately stretching.
Dave, the entertainment is into...
Now he's going down on him. What the fuck? There's 2 dudes just fucking each other, which is even more fucked up because that's a father. Did he just fuck him for the victory? He just fucked him to death.
Dave, just
he just
shut
fucked
up,
him.
Dave.
He fucked him.
He didn't fuck him, he just did a pin.
him is.
Anyway, so to answer the question of which of the two characters are the stronger, and we've clearly seen it here today, folks. The Big Boss annihilated Solid Snake and has taken the match, and so I think that settles every single...
Like father, like son.
That makes no sense, Dave. So that settles the debate out there in Geekland. Big Boss is the master of CQC, and Solid Snake is a little bitch.
What's CQC?
Close quarter combat, Dave. Close quarter combat.
It's like a new club that's opened up.
No, Dave, it's not. And up next, we have a really interesting match, Dave. And so Jeff has licensed the match so that Superman will have to defend his belt at the Royal Rumble. And Darth Maul has put his hand up to want to have a shot at it. And so Jeff, in his infinite wisdom, has partnered them up, Dave. And...
like they're dating. There's kind of like a matchmaking system.
Basically...
like adult matchmaker for superheroes.
No. Basically, they need to win so that Darth Maul has a shot at the belt.
What's happening here? Why is it just a switcheroo?
Well, I'm going to have a guess that Darth Maul wants to start the match because there's no real reason for Superman to want them to win.
And then why the hell would he... what's he even doing there?
Well, Jeff made this match so that... it just doesn't make any sense at all, Dave. And honestly,
I mean, like, one's a hero, one's an anti-hero. Like, we went over that last week, didn't we? Where we discussed, like, the difference between heroes and anti-heroes. Like, they're total opposites. You can't have both of them fighting along each other. It doesn't make any sense.
Neither one of these characters are anti-heroes, Dave. Oh, what's happening here? Darth Maul went for the tag, but Superman's
he's just left in there. He's just straight up bailed on the match.
And this is why I thought this was a really stupid match, Dave, because, I mean, there's no reason for him to want to fight. I mean, if Darth Maul loses, Superman doesn't have to defend his belt. So I don't know what's going on.
But I feel like that was just always bound to happen.
Well,
now this Darth Maul character, I mean, how's it not controversial that he's, like, pretty much in blackface right now? Like, I thought that was like you can't get away with that anymore. He's in blackface now, right? I mean, he's got red, but that's just red blackface.
What's red blackface? I've never heard of that, Dave.
It's blackface with red on it.
Well, what? That's nothing, Dave. I mean, he clearly...
It is not nothing, it's red blackface.
Dave, there's no such thing as red blackface, and he's clearly not trying to, like, be like an African or...
But he's got black all over his face.
But he's an alien, Dave.
So you can get away with it if you're an alien. But I mean, if you're black, you're an alien. Like, we've been over this before.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean if you're black, you're an alien?
Well, if you're not from here, you're an alien. He's not from here, he's an alien.
Well, he's extraterrestrial, so he's an alien. If you're
he's got extra testicles. What the fuck? That sounds like more like a medical disorder, rather.
Extraterrestrial, Dave, not extra.
That's what I said. Extra testicles. Like, I mean,
where's the C in terrestrial?
One of my cousins has got an extra testicle. I mean, like, that didn't, like, give him alien status. He's still...
That's because your brothers fuck their sisters.
I said my cousin. Yeah, and it's got nothing to do with, like, nothing to do with that at all.
Speaking about intersexual, your family has intersexual relationships.
Yeah, that's how you practice. How did your family practice? How did you get good at sex?
Well, not with one another, that's for sure.
It's like your judgment is gonna leave you a really, like, boring kind of closed off life. That's why, like,
well, I'm stuck sitting here with you talking over a fictional.
Well, look at this. The other Spider-Man's coming out now.
Dave, that's Deadpool. It's not Spider-Man.
They're exactly the same. I mean, but this guy's kind of like the opposite of like the red blackface,
because they're not the same.
Because this guy's got red on his face with like black, right? And this guy's got black on his eyes with a red face. He's
Deadpool's wearing a mask.
You got the black red face. You got the black red face, and then there's the red black face.
A mask isn't the same as your face, Dave.
Well, no, I mean, like, not exactly, but I mean, it becomes your face. That's the whole thing about acting. Like, you got to inhabit be the character.
That doesn't even make sense.
I thought this guy, like the Darth Blackface, yeah, let's just call him that. Dark Blackface, I thought he was dead.
He's not dead, Dave.
What? But in the movie, he clearly gets thrown down like a garbage chute
Yeah, but
into
they
outer
explain that
space
in the
by
TV
Liam Neeson
series.
from Taken.
They explain that in the TV series, and he actually survives, and he's in quite a few episodes. In fact, I believe he was even in Rebels recently.
There was a Star Wars TV series?
There was 2 Star Wars TV series. Rebels and the Clone Wars.
I should even watch Star Wars on TV. That just doesn't even make sense to me. You have to be at the movies. It's all about the sound, the experience, the large movie screens, the lasers firing, going pew, 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 pew. Like, watching it on TV is just not the same. Oh, look, 2 Spider-Mans are teaming up now against the blackface character. Here to send him a lesson to show them that we don't tolerate racism. It's like one of those Sunday school specials, Dex.
What do you mean by that?
Like, you know, one of those, entertaining, but, really shit kind of movies that Whoa! What just happened?
And Spider-Man got the 3 count, and that's not surprising considering it was
There's 2 of them.
2 versus 1 because
Yeah.
Superman left.
It's fucking 2 of them.
And I don't know what Jeff was thinking of the whole matchup. Maybe there's
was like a
some more to it, but...
It's like a Clone Wars tonight. You had the previous clones, and then now you got these guys.
Well, I just feel like, once again, Darth Maul was kind of ripped off.
Yeah. He seems to get a hard run, that guy.
He definitely does. So, in the upcoming weeks, Dave, pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah.
We have the Royal Rumble 2-parter next week, where we'll see a bunch of belts up for grab, and 30 men will enter the ring with 1 man standing to go up against the champion in WrestleMania.
Well, you got 30 men, and there's only going to be 1 belt in the end. There's going to be a lot of pantsless dudes at the end of that.
I'm not gonna bother with that one. And basically, we have 4 weeks left of the season, Dave, and then I finally get a fucking break from you.
What happens at the end of 4 weeks?
The season ends, and we'll...
What happens then? Do we get new next seasons, like summer?
Well, I'm not sure what
I love summer.
Anyway, please like, share, and comment, and ignore Dave. Thank you for watching.
No, don't ignore me. Don't